Hello and welcome to this quick character guide for Calliope. She's a half-elf bard of the tough abilities. She has a lot of skills to provide additional support and defense for your team. Let's start out with her common boots as always. Her common is going to give you one random ally in 2 zones, a 75% chance to have a 50% increase of damage for 2 turns, which is a great ability and one of my personal favorites of the boot classes. However, moving into a rare, 2 random enemies in 3 zones will have a 50% chance to be pulled forward and inflict 100% damage. Really good option as well if you want to keep her in the back to kind of keep her out of range as some long range or close range attackers. One of my other personal favorites of this is her Epic, which one random ally in 2 zones is going to have a 50% increase in damage and also attack. So this can be massive damage one enemy hero will be able to do to the enemies, but it's only a 50% chance. So 50 versus 75% in the commons, kind of do the math yourself and figure out which one will work best for you. And her legendary is okay, given one random enemy in 2 zones, 50% chance to be pushed away. Generally I don't recommend, but though it does look cool on her. Moving into her helmets or headbands in her case, her common is going to be given regenerate. I generally don't recommend this as she has better options. One of her better options is her rare, which will heal one ally 200% chance and then also allow Calliope to have 1 extra action for the turn, which is really good. Or if you want to heal everybody, which I use mostly for PvP, this will heal all enemies allies 200% chance, but there is a 5 turn cooldown. Her legendary headband will also do the same, but you have to get it up a lot higher in order for multiple ally healing, so I generally do not recommend this one. Moving into her necklace class or her loot, she has a couple great options in here. Her common one, once you get to level 13, will advance 1 ally, 1 zone, also healing them 50% of Calliope's damage, which is a great option. Her rare is going to give 1 ally in 3 zones 50% block for 3 turns, which is a good option. I generally, and most people will recommend and use the charming loot, which will 1 enemy in 2 zones will dominate, so they'll have to attack their own team members, which is a great option. Note in PvP there is not a 100% chance that this will be effective. And then her legendary loot, this will 1 enemy in 3 zones. If the target has less than 50% chance the target is killed. Note, if they do not have less than 50% health, they will not be killed and you will have wasted the turn, so use this wisely. Going into her weapon, she has a couple good options. I only recommend 2 though. Her common rapier has a 50% chance to inflict 200 enemies on all enemies in the same zone, which is a great option, which I'm trying to get it up. Or her legendary, which once you get it up higher, will have 50% chance to injure targets for 200%, which is amazing as 200% injure does a lot. As always use your best armor. Armors don't have any perks, so always use your strongest one. And her ring, she has 3 great options. Starting with her common option, she'll have 1 random ally in 2 zones, 50% chance to gain 50% defense, which is a really good passive skill. Or another good passive skill would have a 50% chance to heal 1 ally, 75% chance of Calliope's attack damage. The one I use generally though is her Epic, which will give her an increase of defense of 15% as she has the lowest defense of all the tough hero abilities. This will give her over 700 or 800% defense, which is good, so she can survive a little bit longer, so she can provide the support for her team hopefully a little bit longer. But then again, going into her legendary, this has a good option of 1 enemy in 2 zones, 25% chance they cannot attack, which if they cannot attack is always good. So this is a Calliope guide. Go out there, destroy, and save Waterdeep.